You probably didn't even notice it at first, but something's changed. Wuthering Waves stopped being just another flashy gotcha and started asking real questions. And it wasn't because of a patch note, a new system, or a power creep to rerun. It was because of one woman. Phrolova didn't just show up to swing around and sell banners. She came to confront the game's narrative itself, not to support the Rover, but to question him, to challenge the entire premise of what we've been doing all along. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Wuthering Waves isn't collapsing, no, but it is standing at a very critical junction, one where it must prove that it belongs among the top gotchas while treading an impossible needle, delivering fan service without sacrificing its storytelling soul. It's not enough to keep players with flashy animations or reruns of limited banners anymore. The game needs meaning, it needs characters who say something, and that's where Phrolova comes in. Phrolova didn't just arrive with a complex kit and hybrid energy. She proved that Wuthering Waves is capable of more than just waifus and hollow praise for the Rover. Her story didn't reinforce the Rover's heroism, it challenged it. From the moment she was confirmed, many assumed she'd be another character who sings Rover's praises, another ally eager to follow him into the next boss fight. And when her story quest began, it seemed to go that route. She needed help. She was vulnerable. The stage was set for another damsel rescue scenario. But then she turned it on its head. She used Rover, not cruelly, not maliciously, but intentionally. She had her own agenda, her own scars, and a sense of duty shaped by personal loss, not romantic devotion. She needed closure, and she needed answers. And she wasn't going to let herself be swept into another glorified support role in the Rover's increasingly mythologized journey. In fact, she questions the Rover. She challenges the very foundations of his decision-making. She wonders if this so-called heroism is simply another kind of control. A well-meaning one, but control nonetheless. She makes it clear that she is not interested in becoming a symbol or a follower. She'd rather risk her life doing what she believes is right than serve as another emotional checkpoint for our main protagonist. Her resistance isn't just about pride. It's about autonomy, about owning her narrative, about standing for something even when that something contradicts the hero we've been following since day one. She doesn't exist to validate the Rover. She exists to confront him. And by extension, us. Because maybe, just maybe, this story isn't about the Rover being right. Maybe it's about everyone else finally having the courage to say, I disagree. And speaking of smart choices, LDShop has been a complete game changer for how I top up in Wuthering Waves. You don't need to gamble with shady sites or deal with slow delivery times anymore because LDShop is secure, lightning fast, and highly reliable. I've been using it lately and I always get my Lunites quickly and without any hassles. No stress, no nonsense, and it's perfect for topping up your favorite gacha games like Wuthering Waves, Ethereal Restart, Senless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail. You get peace of mind and actual savings. I've stacked up a decent amount of currency just from taking advantage of their regular deals. Right now, you can get 27% off on Lunites. That's not clickbait, that's real. Register using my link below and you'll also unlock a 15% off coupon to make your next banner that much easier to hit. LDShop is what I use, it's what I trust, fast, convenient, smart. Don't top up without it. Now, back to the video. Phrolova didn't just elevate the story, she made it personal. She reminded players that the world of Solaris 3 isn't just a stage for the Rover's journey. It's a world full of perspectives, grief, dissent, and morally gray decisions. This world isn't black and white. It isn't as straightforward as a hero and villains. It's more complex, more layered, and more dimensions. A hero to some is a villain to others, and vice versa. Phrolova captured that ambiguity. She made Solaris 3 feel a little real and a little more relatable. Suddenly, players started asking questions, theory crafting, posting fan art, sharing headcanons. Not just because she was overpowered, but because she was emotionally real. In a genre that so often leans into power fantasies and empty spectacles, Phrolova reminded us that vulnerability can be just as powerful. That a character doesn't need to be a cheerleader for the protagonist to matter. That criticism of the hero is sometimes the most heroic act of all. She didn't save Wuthering Waves by being the strongest unit or the Resonator with the highest revenue sales. She saved it by being a mirror. And sometimes a mirror is exactly what a story and a community wants it to be. But Phrolova is actually what we need as a community, though. So, the next time someone tells you this game is just waifus and numbers, ask them one thing. Have you met Phrolova? Because if you haven't, you're missing the moment Wuthering Waves stopped playing it safe and started saying something bold. She's not here to flatter the Rover or to slot neatly into a team comp. She's here to pull the curtain back, to ask uncomfortable questions, to remind us that stories, good ones, live in the gray areas, not in power levels or banner cycles. Forget about friendship saves the world. Phrolova is here to criticize everything we know about gacha games. And this is why this story is probably one of the best stories, not just in Wuthering Waves, but in all gacha games that I've ever played. Now, if you haven't met Phrolova yet, maybe it's time you did. Before the next banner drops and before the next patch and before the next conversation about where this game is headed, you need to meet this girl. Her voice resonates and it hits home hard. So, what do you guys think? Is Phrolova the narrative turning point Wuthering Waves desperately needed? Or is she just the beginning of a much bigger shift in how this game tells its stories? Let me know in the comments below. Also, huge thanks to LDShop for sponsoring this video. If you want a safe, easy, and discounted way to top up your Lunites, use the link in the description and trust me, it makes a difference. Now, if this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.